Okay, we're going to build the multi-address teleporter. We call it a mat. It's kind of easier if you set up the, I don't know, the thing you're going to build it on first. You start off with a 7-segment display and the 7-segment decoder. You have an advanced input that increases on plus, decreases on minus, and has a minimum of 0, maximum of 9, and start at 0. And change per second is 2. That just makes it change a little faster if you don't want to wait. Now we need 3 RAM 64 store chips, one for X, one for Y, and one for Z in world coordinates. And then we can wire up this 8-segment or 7-segment decoder or to the decoder. Okay. Now we take the out input, the A input from the decoder, and wire it to the advanced input. And so now you should be able to see the advanced number changing when you do the plus and minus. That's what we want. So now we're going to use the advanced input. We're going to just use a floor chip to change the value to be nice for the input for the address of the RAM chips. So you should see that it also changes. Now we're going to wire it to the read address and the write address of each of the RAM chips. Okay. Now we're going to create a laser pointer receiver, which is the source for the world coordinates, the X, Y, and Z world coordinates, and we're going to wire the data for one chip to the X, the data to the other chip to the Y, and the data for the last chip to the Z coordinate. Now we're going to use a numpad input as the clock for the RAM chips, so that basically when you push that, and you don't want it to turn off toggle if you've got toggle on. When you press that, it will store the values from the laser pointer receiver into the RAM at the address that you've specified. And so you have to wire this up to the clock input on each of the RAM chips. Okay. So basically the addressing system for this is complete now. What we're going to do is we're going to level this out and then put hover balls on it to keep it up in the air a little bit. And then we're going to put a hover drive on the bottom of it. This gives us our ability to teleport. We're going to make hover balls which go up with the slash and the star keys on the number pad. This just gives us a semi-stable platform on which we can finish the rest of the build. You want to raise it up a little bit so that we can finish the bottom portion of it. Okay, this is where we put the hover drive. It's under entities in the entities tab. Doesn't really matter how you orient it too much. The problem is that we found that the hover drive will actually like implant itself in the ground where you use the laser pointer. So it's nice to have it sort of underneath a bit so that it can implant itself in the ground and not really do any damage to your device. We're going to set up a numpad input for the keypad enter. When you press this, we're going to wire it so that it sets the jump target as well as causes the jump. Now we have to wire the X jump target to the X chip, the X RAM chip. Likewise for the Y jump target and the Z jump target as well. Okay, so the last thing that we want to do to this is we want to add a seat to this so that we can make it a vehicle. So we're going to put an airboat seat which appears under the Vehicles tab. You want to orient it so that when you're sitting in the airboat seat, you can see the 7-segment display, and that makes it easier to see the address you're about to go to. And we'll weld everything onto there. Alright, couple final welds and we're ready to test this out. Now under the weapons there's a laser pointer. At first this laser pointer won't actually do anything. You'll find it under your one weapon. You have to right click it on the laser pointer receiver and you'll see a message linked successfully, and that shows that the linkage has been made. So now you should be able to left click to turn on the laser pointer, and wherever you've pointed last, the laser pointer receiver will keep that value, and then you can press the function or press your trigger to store the value in the RAM. Now, just to make sure, you can go and look at your RAM chips and make sure that they carry values, and you can see there that it has stored values for those, so that's great. Now you can try doing a teleport by pressing your teleport key. So we've succeeded in making this device. So you can change the address and make it go to another place by pressing the teleport and pressing the save key, and then you can teleport it there. Thanks very much.